Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Light for the Journey, Beside Still Waters. I was wanting to continue our theme a little bit on what we started yesterday, which was the prodigal son, and to think about how hard it is sometimes for us in the current culture that we live in, where we are so judgmental of other people. We make fun of people. If someone doesn't have our exact political views, it's easy to make them an other or to even demonize them. I think we see it in social media, how everything seems to be subject to judgment. One of the hardest things in our faith walk is that we really are called to see the incarnation in others. That is, to see God's creation in every person around us. And that in everything around us, it is in God's creation. Maya Angelou writes, "While I know myself as a creation of God, I am also obligated to realize and remember that everyone else and everything else are also God's creation." I think that's a powerful statement, and it changes, I think, how we might approach the world around us, and also to see others. Sometimes that gives us empathy if we see others as also part of God's creation. It can also give us a way to be willing to reach out in difficult situations, but also to know that as we're all journeying in different ways towards, back to God's grace in some way, thinking about the prodigal son and the joy that the father has when the son returns, how do we participate in welcoming those who return to faith, or even welcoming ourselves when we return to faith, or when we see that? Because it's in that moment where someone returns to God that we see most God's creation in them. So take a look around today as you walk about your life. Each person that you see, maybe even say to yourself, they are God's creation, just as I am God's creation. And in the beauty of the world that you see around you, also see God's creation alive and living. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.
When evil tempts me to despair and tells me of the guilt within, upward I look and see him there, who made an end to all my sin. Because the sinless Savior died, my sinful soul is counted free, for God the just is satisfied to look on him and pardon me, to look on him and pardon me. When evil tempts me to despair and tells me of the guilt within, upward I look and see him there, who made an end to all my sin. Because the sinless Savior died, my sinful soul is counted free, for God the just is satisfied to look on him and pardon me, to